Okay, first of all, there's a lot of things I have to say for this video. As you know, this is a universe I created, one that made Zack Storm. Alongside with the Miraculous Ladybug, I all know it's very disrespectful for Zack Storm being a shoulder watch back in the day with Pedro and Justin. I don't understand that I originally made it. I need credit as a grown man. How is it made to multiverse theory? This one specifically had universe being crushed, simultaneously put back together like a toy animation sign. Do not knock this method because what I'm going to say further into the video. The Miraculous Ladybug symbolizes a lot of things. One where I go mystic is actually a full community of nerds and like girls that claim to be gay and homosexual being sheltered, in order to avoid guys that are rapists to public school to be here, like literally their parents say Tyrone don't exist. People like Randolph don't exist. It's true, and that's very, very true. That's why they're there in the dorm in Wolfblood. Take it how you will, however. What that means is I recognize that literally that the community of Miraculous, similar to My Little Pony community, actually have a lot in common when it comes to grown men and demographic, saying that we understand a cartoon is more in detail. Stop this, cartoons, yelling at each other. Aiming at a specific audience. And you see everything, side by side like a cartoon, like, oh, boy meets girl, literally, good guys win. See more externally is how they connected the facts to real life, like how driving is boring, literally, by how driving is above adolescence. Why you can't make it as an excuse. Why Be Multidimensional goes back to her brother, betrayed his own word. Being gay and autistic kids scared to push his limits. What they do, like the any windows where I watch, this cartoons is what they're referencing. They're referencing their grown man, interior writing within cartoons. We watch, Miraculous, and friendship is magic. As it converts to 4-year-old men literally wearing My Little Pony headgear. For you to recognize it's okay to be a little kid or a grown-ass man. Because of what happens to people who actually get laid. And when they fight their uncle, and I'm thinking about it literally the time that I yelled at, and where it came to something that he looked up, has something to do with porn, literally, and then he said, literally, if you're a grown man, act like one, and I feel it all the way, literally, to my 20s. You need to be more mature, and the Domestic Violence crew has to be more mature. You have to recognize that being called out Rocky Red is not winning this situation, literally, because it's a jack of all trades where he flipped the cards completely. Zack Storm has some really good, action that's based on the Avatar. It's based on me moving The Rock specifically. Now, the same that Filmation Studio in LA is moved by The Rock. No, it's not. Literally, it's made by the laws of the universe. Because when I made the character Steve for American Dad, it was with momentum. Therefore, you have to pay for a studio. So, studio was there, 2021, as I was simultaneously, yelling, but understanding the situation, side by side. Which is why I, created the cartoon, piece by piece called Part Woman. Or men's limbs and, legs aren't as flexible as females. Let's get into that. Let's get into that pizza eating, literally, the oregano. Let's get into all that. First off, literally, I recognize that you have to, convert the most into fat in order to, lose some weight. When it came to my thighs, literally, when you cut, a piece of the thigh, they're still fat, literally. But like I said before, there's specific things that you need to do that they didn't cover. Like, for instance, you all saw Back to the Sewer Bag, where I played my cards right, where I figured out shit that she shouldn't ask you to go back to school until you're in the second round. But I'm aligned with the Michael Jordan in the gym. Come to speak of Lily, drinking grape soda, doing everything Lily, and then it's all falling back on Lily the time I got to Di-Gata-Defenders. Somebody's there showing you pain on TV. After you be dead, people are still arguing. When I met my fate. I double pot that I'm a good student, Lily. When I see my ass getting kicked, Lily, I see all this pain. It's truly true, but it's juvenile. So, a statement that I forgot to say, earlier on this video is Miraculous Ladybug, the movie kind, is my form of Vegeta. Because if you didn't know, Erica was something that I sneak in with Poka, literally, when it comes to our mom, when it comes, trifling baby mamas. And every time I look at the show, it looks like Vegeta. And why I mean by Vegeta, that means I'm getting my ass kicked right now. But literally, you see it style frame by still frame, literally, like New York, I'm gonna win later. Come with you like, come since like, yeah, that'll never happen. It's very true. You see this shit side by side, literally creating an MVP. This shit literally is filling you the bullshit that I don't know how to make an MVP. What a universe I created is there, and you added the fucking show based on yada 8th grade. This is serious. This is really serious because her two favorite costumes was Miraculous Ladybug, Lily, and Deku. Give it up. The positives is Lily. It's gonna be totally sponsored on TV at 2 o'clock. Lily thanks to you know who. It is immature. What scientists doing is the purest form of immature. Before it gets too late, I'm gonna cut this video to a close.